today's market review video with us at EasyFX today, and let's just go into what we have. During the course of last week, this DXY, all right, the US dollar index. As we usually do, we look at currency indexes first, all right, and then we look at currency pairs together. All right, so this the chart of DXY on the 4-hour time frame. We're expecting DXY to be bearish during the course of last week. We got to see that play out quite well, and I think we might still get to see a little that play out just a little bit more till this point POI here. All right, this is around 103.023 and 102.673. All right, that's the demand zone I'm watching out for us to get buys from. I'm very careful because I want to see the possibility of us getting price to push up, not too much, all right, possibly enough to clear up liquidity from the huge fair value gap left behind, and then we might still get to see dollar further drop. All right, so I think in that wise a more precise expectation would be for us to possibly see something like this, and then we get to see maybe a drop further down towards the downside. So I am fairly bullish, all right, on DXY for the course of the week. I don't know how many moves or how far the move will be during the course of the week. All right, that will be totally depend on the volume and the amount of volatility that we'll get to see. All right, and other factors like that. So let's just watch out. I think this Thursday should be the US CPI news. All right, so let's watch out for. Let's just watch out and see how that plays out. All right, on DXY. Next up, this is BXY, the Great British Pound Currency Index, and I think we were quite bearish on BXY in the course of the last market review, and I'm still quite bearish on it. All right, this week. So I just want to see the possibility of us having a little push towards the upside, but overall, I'm looking for BXY to be bearish. All right, so nothing much to say on that really. Next up is AXY. I think for AXY also, we're expecting AXY to be bearish. We got to see that play out fairly well, just a little bit actually. And we can see that because this is an index, the moves are, or the chart is looking quite irregular, and the moves are looking quite irregular. All right, so I'm watching out for the possibility of us still getting a further drop, all right, into this demand zone here between 64.40 and 63.89. All right, for AXY to see that bullish move happen on AXY. So I'm sort of looking for a sell to buy scenario to happen on AXY. All right, so next up quickly, I want us to look at CXY, the Canadian Dollar Currency Index also. And I think overall on this, I am quite bearish. Basically, what I want to see is price as we've seen the price has from this previous low here around 72.21 or so. I'm still watching out for price to come and clear this low, all right, around 71.95, and then continue towards the downside on CXY. All right, so that's my current outlook on CXY. All right, quite simple and short. And last but not the least, for the indexes, all right, or for the indices rather, we'll be looking at GPY basket. And I think overall I am bearish on GPY, or on GPY basket rather, but we'll be seeing some level of strength from GPY basket, which usually happens. All right, this is more or less price making a correctional move. All right. So let's just see that this play out. I want to see the possibility of us having this supply zone holding between 70.50 and 68.12, between 70.50 and 68.12. So I want to see that possibly. If not, then what might happen on if this gets invalidated, then what might happen is that we get to see the possibility of maybe a breakout test, sort of thing happen on JPY basket, and then we get to see that price to move up for a short while. All right, but all the same, I think overall I'm still bearish on JPY basket, and this current supply zone is my watch out point or my POI. All right, so that being said, let's go into what exactly we have for today. All right, so first up, let's look at gold. All right, which is basically everybody's staple trade, staple commodity rather to look at. So we can look at gold and see what we're expecting to happen on gold during the course of the week. And I think on gold it is fairly safe, all right, to say that we might still see price, trying to clear up liquidity from this huge candle that was made during the news release, the NFP news release on Friday. So I'm watching out for price to move first off, or when market opens to first off move bullish, all right, to possibly close up this gap properly, then we get to see price continue bearish. Now, I'm watching out for a trade here. If I get to see a proper breakout test of this trend line, and I get to see maybe another lower time frame confirmation, all right, that might be entering for a bearish continuation, a bearish a short, all right, on gold. All right, so I think overall my bias on gold is bearish. All right, so I'm watching out for gold to fall. But I want to watch out for just this possibility of us get price to just come up a bit, then we get to see that fall. Now where that would come to, or where that would be denied, or where that would become false, all right, if we get to see price break above this high around 2483.29, All right, so I want to see that. I don't want to see that happen rather. But if I do get see the price break above there, then definitely I'll just be watching out for more buys than sells. All right, so that is my bias on gold. I'm more bearish on gold during the course of this week, or I'll be more bearish on gold rather during the course of the week. All right, next up, let's look at GBP/USD. All right, and that fan favorite, and I think for GBP/USD, something similar. We get to see that GBP/USD gets to fall a bit. Then go down to the 2-hour time frame. We can see that GBP/USD falls just a little bit to clear up liquidity from this fair value gap left behind. Before we get to see any other move, I think I remember giving this zone, all right, for the buy during the course of the last week market review. I got to see that happen quite well. So I think I can still watch out for that to happen. So preferably, I might not stay on this sell for too long, all right, but I'm very watchful. I'm being very watchful because there's every possibility for this zone to become broken. All right, this zone currently is between 1.27157 and 1.26628. So I want to watch out for that to happen. So I'm bearish on GU. Basically, I'm bearish on GU. All right. All right. So let's go up to or go down rather to GJ. GBY. All right, and I want to go up to the daily time frame for this to show you what I am seeing here. All right, so for GBPJPY during the course of the week, I would be expecting a sell to buy. All right, now this is on daily time frame. All right, so you can slim fit it and refine it based on your entry criteria or your trading style. All right, I'm watching out for this POI around 185.45 and 181.642 on the daily time frame. So I want to see that price drop still a little bit. All right, so sell to buy sort of scenario on GBPJPY. I hope that is clear. Without wasting too much of our time, all right, I want us to look at Gbpcad also. Again, for Gbpcad, I think I'm also bearish, all right. Currently, I am watching out for a simple break and retest trade here, or right, price breaking above this trend line or breaking below this trend line right now, you can see a drop. I think to be safe, we could just use our Fibonacci tool to measure out here, and we'll see that currently price is somewhere close, somewhere around the 76.8 region, which is something that we look at, we look out for rather. And I think I might be watching out for the possibility of us getting that drop, from there. So we might even get the price to push up a little bit, but overall, I think we can watch out for sales on Gbpcad. All right, so I hope that is clear. Also, next up, let's look at GBP/AUD, and I think for GBP/AUD, I have this supply zone mapped out here. Let me just give us the coordinates: 1.97633 and 1.97014. That would be my supply zone where I'm watching out for sell. So I want to see price sort of buy to sell. All right, and this is one of the trades I'm watching very, very closely during the course of the week because I feel like this is fairly likely, all right, to happen. All right, so that'll be my bias for GBP/AUD. Let's look at USD/CHF also. All right, this is something that I saw during the course of last week, and I think I gave it during the last market review. A very, very wonderful trade. Sorry, let me go down to the 4-hour time frame for this. A very wonderful trade from here. All right, we got to see it play out magnificently well about the 200 or so pip move. Yes, so 300. Beautiful. So let's just assume it was around 300. I think we might still get to see USD/CHF fall a bit. Let's go back up to the daily time frame. Might still see that get to fall a bit. I'm watching out for the possibility of price to still drop. All right, clear liquidity from this low, then get to drop further into this demand zone here around 0.85245 and 0.84337. Again, between 0.85245 and 0.84337. And then I'll watch out for buys from there. All right, I might not hold the buys for too long, but I think that would be a very, very good place to watch out for your buys from on USD/CHF. So a sell to buy scenario is what I'm watching out for on USD/CHF. All right, so next up, let's look at AUD/USD. I really don't have many currency pairs or commodities I want to look at today. All right, but just the important ones. So for AUD/USD, I'm watching out for us to have a sell to buy scenario. All right, so I have one or two scenarios I would love to introduce us to. Scenario one is that price comes to this current support around 0.64665. I'll get to see the buy from there. Scenario two is also for a buy, all right, but I get to see price break below that, come into our demand zone around 0.64365 and 0.63615. All right, between 0.64365 and 0.63615, and then we get to see our buy happen from there. All of that being said, I'm still watching out for buys on AUD/USD. So a drop, a sell to buy scenario is what I'm watching out for specifically on AUD/USD during the course of the week. Next up, let's look at Euro USD EU. I just realized I'm not called the Euro USD in a while. All right, but EU. All right, so let's see. For EU, I am very, very now this is something I want to be very, very careful for. All right, so or careful about rather. If you look at this from the daily time frame, you see that currently price is in a pennant formation. All right, and I want to watch out for the possibility of us getting a break either towards the upside or towards the downside. Now I have this supply zone I have marked out here around 1.09481 and 1.09234. I'll come again, 1.09481 and 1.09234. All right, which has been tested about 2 times already. So this might be, it might still hold. All right, and if that holds, then I'll be expecting, a level, just a little bearishness on EU during the course of the week. All right, but overall, I want to be careful. Like I said, I want to be watchful. All right, there's every possibility for us to get, see price sell first, come back up, maybe get a proper break and retest. It doesn't have to be something this wide. All right, so something towards this end. All right, and that might hold if we get to this pennant holding up and pushing price towards the upside. All right, so that's something I'm looking out for on Euro USD rather during the course of the week. Oh, give me a minute. I think my internet just disconnected for a little bit. All right, so let me just quickly get that back connected. All right, so just give me a minute, please. All right, so yeah, we're back now. All right, so something like that is what I'm watching out for Euro USD. Again, I want to be careful with this. All right, my main entry for a buy on this would be a break and retest sort of entry. If I get to see price break towards the downside, also then I'm watching out for a break and retest. So, majorly I'll be watching out for this short sell. All right, from here when you get to price open or market open rather on Euro USD. All right, so I hope that is clear for Euro USD. I think basically for this week I have two more commodities I would love to share my ideas with us on, just GBP NZD and Euro NZD. And I think for GBP NZD, let's go down to the 4 hour time frame. I think for GBP NZD, I have this supply zone, yes, marked out here, between 2.16174 and 2.15563. 2.16174 and 2.15563. That will be my supply zone. That's just a pivot area that I'm watching out for the possibility of us still getting sales from. So I want to see a buy scenario. All right, price to push up a little bit, get to that zone, and then we get to see our sell up. All right, preferably you might hold this trade for till maybe when price gets to 2.10799 or so, or that region, maybe 2.10838, or somewhere around there. But I'm watching out for a buy to sell scenario. I'm bearish majorly, during the course of this week on GBP NZD. All right, so I hope that is clear. I think I said I have Euro NZD also that I'm watching out for during the course of the week, and something similar is what I have marked out on Euro NZD. We're already rather in the supply zone I'm watching out for between 1.83740 and 1.83151. Again, between 1.83740 and 1.83151. All right, on Euro NZD. So I want to watch out for that sell also to happen off of Euro NZD. All right, so I think with these few words of mine, I should have been able to. I know I've been able to, give you some level of value, especially direction as to the possibilities that you might get to notice in the markets during the course of the coming week. All right, so by all means, before entering any of these trades, make sure you do your own analysis and back it up with your own entry criteria. One thing that we usually, talk about largely here is that do your best to analyze the markets. Do your best to be a reactive trader, not a predictive trader. All right. Make sure you're seeing what exactly price is showing you and you work based off of that. All right. And definitely you're going to have a profitable week ahead. Do also like this video. All right. Share this video and comment. And if you have any commodities or currency pairs you'd love to see us, talk about in the next market review session or even in our live session on Thursday, do also comment that and we will check it up. All right. Thank you very, very much for joining us for tonight, guys. Have a lovely week ahead. Bye, guys.